When you tap your phone to buy a coffee, you aren't handing over physical gold, silver, or really anything tangible at all. You are simply exchanging abstract trust. It's a transaction built entirely on vibes. To understand how we got here, we have to look at the original bug in human trade, the barter system. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants. For a direct trade, you both must possess exactly what the other needs simultaneously. Imagine trading a live goat for Wi-Fi, or offering a lawyer a haircut for legal advice. That kind of hyper-specific matching functions perfectly well if you live in a tiny village of 10 people. But the moment a civilization scales up, relying on everyone to have perfectly aligned needs causes the entire economy to break down. Money is a technological invention, a universal workaround designed to solve this logistical nightmare. The first iteration of this workaround relied on a simple rule. Money can be absolutely anything, as long as enough people agree it has value. Early societies solved the barter problem by using essential, practical survival items to facilitate trade. In ancient Rome, livestock like cattle represented a primary form of tangible wealth. Because cattle were so vital to survival, they became a standard unit of measure. This historical practice is exactly why we use the economic term capital today. The Romans also used salt as a highly practical medium of exchange. They paid their soldiers in salt, which gave us our modern word salary. These early systems established the three core jobs of currency: a medium of exchange to trade for coffee, a unit of account to compare prices like a car, and a store of value to save wealth for the future. These utility items proved a vital point. A currency's worth comes from its ability to successfully execute those three economic tasks, not the specific physical material it's made of. Eventually, human trade outgrew practical items. We transitioned to trading objects that had zero survival utility, relying purely on shared belief. Ancient societies in China and Africa adopted cowrie shells as recognized currency. In colonial America, settlers used tobacco crops as a practical medium of exchange. The most extreme historical example of this pure trust comes from the island of Yap, where the local community used massive, incredibly heavy stone discs as their money. These stones were so large they were practically unmovable. When an islander bought something, the stone stayed exactly where it was. Wealth changed hands entirely through an invisible, shared community ledger of ownership. That exact same psychological agreement is at work today in closed systems like prisons. Everyday items like cigarettes function perfectly as money behind bars because the entire community accepts them for trade. To scale this concept of shared trust across the globe, governments began issuing paper bills that acted as receipts. This evolved into the Bretton Woods system established after World War II. Under Bretton Woods, the US dollar served as the world reserve currency. Paper dollars were explicit promises, directly backed by physical gold at $35 an ounce. The global economy still required a physical safety net to back up its trust. That physical safety net vanished in 1971. With no prior warning or announcement, President Richard Nixon abruptly ended the US dollar's convertibility into physical gold. The immediate fallout touched the entire planet. The dollar, and every major world currency tied to it, instantly lost its physical commodity backing. A paper dollar was no longer a receipt for a lump of metal. Every major currency instantly transitioned into fiat money. The word fiat literally translates to by decree. In our post-1971 world, money holds value for exactly two reasons. A government legally declares that it does, and the public collectively acts like it does. Today, money is no longer gold, or even the paper it's printed on. We operate on a system of sophisticated, legally enforced vibes. Because fiat money holds no intrinsic physical backing, it is inherently fragile. It relies completely on collective public belief. If that belief falters, a currency simply ceases to function as a medium of exchange. Looking back, from ancient cattle and salt to the giant stone discs of Yap, every physical material served as a bridge towards this level of human trust. The global financial system today doesn't run on hard math or precious metals. It's a brilliantly successful shared fiction, sustained entirely by human cooperation.